Okay, let's go. 行くぞ。
ノーザンクロス作戦の発動から2ヶ月。
Okay, yeah.
連邦軍は各所に派遣された精鋭部隊による猛攻で帝国軍を制圧し、領土深くに侵攻を続けていた。一方、日増しに伸びる補給線の維持は目下最大の課題であり、
They missed out
遠
like
征の
the
各方面軍は制圧した帝国領内にいくつもの巨大な前線基地を建設していた。リーンブル前線基地、クロードたちの属する第101師団の司令拠点であり、今後の遠征を支える重要な兵站基地でもあった。
I wish I could pause while they were doing that. Most of that was fine, but they kind of missed the emphasis on like the fact that this is something given to us as an operation to do. So it's a little It's not terrible. Also, one second, let me pull up another little. I have to have like a notepad up here so that I can just kind of grab the text when it comes up and copy and paste it quickly. All right. Let's go. First, dude, you're so late for first. Oh. This one, okay, this is going in for the current. I'm making an executive decision on the first current worst line because this is bad. This is bad. Hold on. Okay. Hey, who's that? Question. They got some weird get-ups. And then real line. So he just said Minarane Gimfuku, which is like, so who are those guys? That's like that's a uniform I've never seen before, or I'm not used to seeing. I think it's the same composer. Yeah, I've never seen these uniforms before, right? So like Raz is not a moron. He is being, you know, overly familiar, but he's saying, oh, those guys, that's an interesting, you know, set of uniforms, which is an important line. Something like that. Like, I've never seen those uniforms before. Weird get-ups is not something he would say. I almost want to swap it out. I almost want to swap it out immediately. Okay, so he did. Sorry, I have to start translating before I start freaking out because he said, "Oh, those are Navy uniforms." I didn't realize the Navy was out here too. Like, do you see how that's important? He's not saying that's a surprise. He's commenting that even the Navy is out here. Like, that's kind of important. I don't think it's good enough to put to a poll. Not yet.
海軍がどうしてこんなところに
I don't know if I would go with far inland. I would say what is the Navy? I don't know why naval troops, but what's the Navy doing out here?
海軍さんが丘の上までご苦労なこったぜ。お
Oh my fucking god, dude. Swimming all the way. I don't think I have to point out that that's not what he said. Yeah, because he's saying uemade. No, uemade. Like naval officers. Like, they even brought naval officers up here. I mean, he jokes that they're on land but not swimming out here. Like, yeah, no, uemade. It's not, and there's no like hehe wo ho ho. Like, there's no hehe wo ho ho. No, he says riku no uemade. Like, it's not completely made up, but it's not. There's no mention of like swimming. Like you could make a line like this, like "kokomare oyogeru to wa na," something like that. Like, oh, to think they came swimming they could swim all the way up here. You could say that. It's not like. This is one of those things that bothers me, where people assume like, oh, well, you know, in the Japanese, that's kind of the nuance that you would get. But you could say this line in Japanese and make it like a real sarcastic kind of remark. Like, oh, kaigun ga rikujou made oyogeru to wa na. Like, you could just say that. Like, oh, I didn't know they could swim all the way up here on land. It works in Japanese. It's not like, if they wanted to say that, they would have said it. They didn't. Riku no ue made. Yeah.
海軍の女士官か。見ろよあの尻。海の女ってのも悪くねえな。
I'm really at a loss for words with how bad this is. They're making Raz like out to be worse than he actually is. He does say like check out the ass on that girl, like Navy chicks or something else, right? But he doesn't say I'd swab her deck. Like, fuck off. Okay, do we swap this out? I feel like maybe polls will take too long. I'll just get a quick. I feel like this is worse. He doesn't say I'd swab her deck. He just said, oh, you know, Navy girls or something else. Like, check out the ass on her. Navy girls or something else. Yeah, let's swap that out. This is bad. And also, he doesn't say on that one. Like, that's really dehumanizing. He doesn't say that. It's like, check out the ass on her. There's no reason to say that one, actually. That's kind of bad, right? Like, it's not. Yeah, it feels like they've just decided Raz is like a piece of shit, and they're like, umi no onna tte no wa waruku nee na, right? Potential. We just do even training for now. Grenadiers are so incredibly busted. No, it's not. Do you want to? It's like, show me what you've got. Show me what you got. So, this is one of those things where they're. Do we talk about like ludonarrative dissonance now? Scouts are still busted, yes. They're still completely busted. Okay, so the Japanese has decided not to really take into account ludonarrative dissonance, right? She has just said, good job, you leveled up. The English has decided that they can't do that because it doesn't make sense in world. So they've added this so to speak, right? It's not actually there. It's purely a design decision if you want to do that, but if Japan doesn't really care about that as much. I don't think it's a good choice to add this in. I think it messes with the lines. They should have just said you leveled up. See, now they're saying forward operating base. Yeah, this is fine. They're swapping out Senpai for Claude, which, to be perfectly honest, is a completely valid choice to make. In terms of nuance, like, that's one that's really, really hard to get across correctly. In a military context, I wonder, the fact that he's calling him Senpai instead of, like, Lieutenant, is it right? It's more right to call him Claude than it would be to call him Lieutenant, so there's no direct analog for Senpai here. And it's better than some nonsense like Big Bro or whatever. Yeah, but see, he should be saying his rank, but it's the fact that he's saying senpai instead of rank shows a higher level of familiarity, right? So putting it as Claude makes it clear that he is being more familiar with Claude than he should be by pure military terms, right? So that's why I'm waffling. Like, is that okay to say Claude instead of lieutenant? And yeah, I think it is because senpai is closer, is more familiar. Yeah, they probably went to school together is the implication. That's why I don't like boss, because the implication is, yeah, he wouldn't call him that unless they went to school together or were at some point on the same, like, social ladder. I think Claude is fine. I don't have an issue with it.
この基地の施設は一通り把握できたか?
This is interesting because they've actually muted her expression here. She didn't say glad to see you're on time, Claude, toward the base. She was actually being quite sarcastic. She said 今回は時間通りだな, Kurodo, which is glad to see you're on time this time, Claude. Or even glad to see you're on time for once. It's interesting because they've missed the nuance of wa here, which is one of those things that you just kind of have to learn through use. Wa can almost is used a lot of times as a way to delineate things from each other. Like if somebody asks you, do you like tea or coffee? You can say コーヒーは好きだけど or コーヒーは好き. And that implies like you don't like tea. It's a little bit of a nuance here, and also the toward the base yet was a little short, was a little truncated. It should be a little longer. Like, did you have a chance to take a look around the base?
ああ、今までのキャンプからすれば天国みたいなところだね。
Yeah. Actually, I was prepared to I made a face before I heard the line. I'm so used to it. They got me. Camps up until now. This has happened on Earth. Yeah, Tengoku mitai na. I made a face before I heard the line. That's on me. But yeah.
上官殿、A から I の各隊小隊長全員揃いました。
Everyone is present and account. I would go with present and accounted for.
では早速だが本題に入ろう。
I would go with let's begin the briefing, not get down to
いい
business.
詳細は拠点について早々ではあるが司令部から出撃命令が下った。
This is another one of those instances where the dialogue is very much militaristic and the way that they're speaking just doesn't match. It's not, I know Squad E just arrived, but we already have marching orders. It's that sentiment, but you know, Squad E may have just arrived, but regardless, we've received marching orders from command or received dispatch orders from command.
この拠点の北東にレーヌという小さな町がある。課せられた任務はその町の奪取だ。
Wow, they just left out the name of the town completely. Name, yeah. We've received, it's like information about a town called Reinu from a small town called Reinu in the northeast of here. The mission we've been tasked with is that town's capture.
我が隊の石膏が入手した情報によれば、レーヌは帝国の通信拠点となっている模様です。
Yeah, so now they say it, which is weird. So, yeah. It's a communication. Yeah. Yeah, I guess recapture might be closer, but it depends on the context, isn't it? I'm not sure if I would 100% recapture, because right, they're in enemy territory, aren't they? Dashu is, since they're in like enemy territory. I'm not sure if recapture would be correct. It's more like by force. The implication is a little stronger, you know. Overrun, overtake, quickly, something like that.
その通り、レーヌは敵の通信の要衝、故に飛行部隊が守りを固めている。
Tsushin. Yeah, this is really weird. They've left out the point of this. It's not. Did she mention in the previous line that it's a communications hub? Like, it's important for communications. Like, Tsushin. Yeah, it's like an important communications hub, not which is why it's being guarded by a platoon. It's like functions as a communications hub, so, which is why it's guarded by a tank company. I'm not sure if platoon is right here. Yeah. Well, no, but what I'm saying is that she said that, but he didn't. He just said it again, repeating it back to her.
さすがはミネルヴァ、頼もしいな。
Yeah, I'm glad I can depend on you. He did say Minerva and not Lieutenant, so this is a difference in the way that Japan deals with ranking and familiarity, right? So him calling her by her name rather than her rank shows that he's talking to her as an underling, not in a rude sense. That's just how you do it. So in English, I'm not too upset with calling her Lieutenant because that fits, you know, rather than calling her by name. I don't know if you flatter me is the best. Itami irimasu. I mean, I get that that's kind of what that phrase means, but it's not the best read of this, of the point of this line, which is more like this should just be more like I'm just doing my job, or think nothing of it. Yeah, it's thank you, but I would say like think nothing of it, just doing my job, or actually not at all would be fine. I would actually just go with not at all. Military refer to each other on it. Right, but that's the Japanese military. This is not the so it gets complicated because Japan has a hard time pulling away from the linguistic side of their politeness value system. But the writers of this obviously understand that they're not talking about a Japanese military. It's a Western, from their perspective, military. So they obviously people are calling Claude and not his last name. They're not doing the Japanese naming convention. Like, Japan's not that silly. They don't actually think like everybody goes on a last name basis. They understand that the West doesn't do that, so they're not doing it here.
どうだクロード。情報を制する者は戦争を制する。だ。
Yeah. What do you think? This should be. What do you think of that Claude?
共同作戦か。砲撃部隊との連携が肝になるな。
Yeah, so you see the difference in their thinking here. But the point is that she said Claude. She's not talking to herself. She's kind of under her breath talking to Claude. And so now she's upset that he's not acknowledging her bite because he's thinking about the mission. But you missed that in the English because they left out her directing at him. So that would be very awkward. Yeah, I mean, she was talking to herself, but the comment was directed to Claude. You know what I mean? Like, she was speaking to herself, but not like praising herself. You know what I mean? Yeah, he wasn't supposed to hear it. No. But the reason, like in the English, you wouldn't understand why why she kind of freaked out there or like was upset. Because Claude, wasn't impressed by her information control at all.
帝国の設備はそのまま接収し、我が軍の通信拠点として使用する計画だ。
Yeah. Their equipment. You see what I mean, Doc? It's like in the English, she's just kind of saying it to the ether, like, kind of praising herself, gassing herself up. Like, you see, control the information, you control the war. But in the Japanese, it's very clear that they're setting up that she has an inferiority complex with Claude, right? And you miss out on that subtext by not including his name there.
おい、早速任務だって？
Yeah, that's fine.
せっかく海軍の美人士官とデートの約束取り付けたってのにね。
This is weird because it's more like I scored a date with that hot Navy chick. I don't know if I would. They kind of moved hot from chick to date. It's not like the biggest deal. It's just a little awkward, I think.
見栄を張るなよ。手ひどく振られてたじゃないか。
This is not entirely bad, but it's more jovial. It's not like you got shut down. Hard stop, hard. It's like, man, you wish. I saw that she shut you down. Like, she turned you down, like, pretty brutally, man. This is the actual, like, people involved here. It's not necessarily American. They're supposed to be European, kind of. It's a little, it's not one-to-one, so the conventions might differ a little.
なんだよ、見てたのか。
Yeah.
ラズ、女遊びは結構だけど、陸軍の恥はさらすなよ。
This is not right. They're leaving out the phrase onna asobi because they're little babies and they can't handle it. Onna asobi really doesn't mean like sleeping around. It doesn't. It can have that meaning, but it doesn't necessarily. So like onna asobi wa kekko da kedo ikugun no haji wa sarasu na yo, which is like, it's not what you do in your spare time is up to you. It's like you can hit it. This one's tough. Onna asobi wa kekko da kedo. This is more like hit on whoever you want, but don't. It's not when you're on duty. It's just like, don't bring down the name of the army, right? This whole line just needs to be reworked. Especially because onna asobi is kind of the point of this, especially that she says, I don't care if you do that. Yeah, hit on whoever you want if you must, but don't bring shame in the army. It's quite literal, yeah. I like that, thank you, Duck.
お前には言われたくねえよ。
No. No, it's not who are you, my mom. He says, I don't want to hear. Look, I don't want to hear that from you. Like this is actually really bad considering, like, I've played through this game before and the character development is quite good. So this who are you, my mom is very out of place because he's pointedly saying, like, I don't want to hear that from you.
私にはな。
Yeah, and so this is like, she's throwing that back at him, not feels like it sometimes. No. It's look, I don't want to hear that from you. And this should be like, oh, what, from me? Like, they are, this line is so clearly setting up that these two have a history together, right? But here in the English, you wouldn't get that at all. other than like she feels like his mom, like she has to look out for him. But that's not the context or the history that they're implying here. This is really like, oh, what, from me?
あなたにまともな命令が下せるかしらねえ弱虫クロード
Yowamushi Kurodo. This is going to be a real interesting one. It's more like, do you think you can actually, but it's more like, but can you really handle giving orders? This should be, can you handle giving orders? Like giving real orders. Yowamushi Kurodo is an interesting one. I'm not entirely opposed to Scaredy Claude, but it does feel less serious and less biting than it sounds in Japanese. Yowamushi is like a weakling. Scaredy Cat is close, but Mushi is like an insect. It's a naming convention, right? So yeah, Scaredy Claude makes it sound like a playground insult. Yeah, she's not doubting that he can give orders, but thinks he'll give bad ones. I mean, I see that, but at the same time, I still think it's like matomana meirei ga kuraseru kashira. It's like, can you give it? It is playgroundy, but it sounds more biting, I think, because Yowamushi does get used as like as an insult, like ikujinashi. I'm like 50-50 on whether or not I like Scaredy Claude. I feel like there might be something better, but for the time being, I can't think of anything.
弱虫とかよ。急に出てきたお前が今のクロードの何を知ってるってんだ。
Wow, this is really bad. This is really, 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 really bad. I almost want to update the bad one. Okay, I really got to give you guys the line before I start saying things are really, really bad. So this is 今のクロードの何をしてるんだ? Like, 弱虫とかよ。急に出てきたお前が今のクロードの何をしてんだ? Like you call him that, but you don't know anything about him. Like, you don't know anything that he's done. Like, you just show up out of nowhere, you don't know anything about him. So she's not saying like, Riley come lately. Like, that's very stupid. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, come lately is like a turn of phrase. Johnny come lately, I think it was, right? But he's not saying that here. It's like, you call him like a coward or a weakling, but you just showed up. You don't know anything about Claude. You don't know anything about what he's like now. Yeah, he was referencing the insult she made earlier, but he's not throwing it back at her. He's not calling her a Yowamushi. So Riley come lately here doesn't really make much sense. Like, ima no kurado. You don't know anything about what he's like now.
相変わらず声と態度だけは大きいのね、ラス。あなたは黙っていてもらえるかしら?
So they had this line pretty well down. I like all bark and no bite. Like, you know, she said, you know, pure literal translation was like, you know, just as always, the only thing that's big about you is your voice and your attitude. So I like all bark and no bite. And like, you mind shutting up for a minute is good, but the grown-ups talk is not here. I don't like that read. So like, I would go with like all bite and no bark, or all bark and no bite, same as always, huh, Roz? You mind shutting up for a minute?
だと? それが10年ぶりに会った幼馴染言うセリフか?
Yeah, what the hell? Like, is that really how you're gonna talk to a friend you've seen it for the first time in 10 years?
レイリーさん。
This should be excuse me.
何があったかは知りませんけど、 先輩ウォレス中尉は立派な隊長です。
Yeah, see, so this is actually quite good. You see how this plays into the familiarity? Like we mentioned previously, that if he was in front of other officers or other people he doesn't know as well, that he would resort to calling him lieutenant instead of senpai. And so this line really cements that, and you can get a good read of what their relationship is like. So they've done well here in changing it from Claude to Lieutenant Wallace. No, I like this. This is good.
僕たち隊員は隊長を信頼しています。隊長がいたから今までやってこられたんです。
They've kind of mixed the phrasing here. It's not none of us would have made it this far without him. It's we all trust him with our lives. We've made it this far because of him.
あなたも作戦に参加するなら、その。
Yeah.
信頼しろって？この男を？
Not like this. I should trust him. This guy, this man. Trust. I should trust him. Him. Yeah, I would almost double up the him here. Like kono otoko. Like I should trust him. Him with like italics.
ま、戦況が有利なうちはいいかもね。でも土壇場じゃどうかしら。
I don't know why they do this. It's so weird. Like, listen to the music, look at the tone, listen to the tone of voice. There's no sunshine and rainbows. I don't know if this is bad enough to swap out. Like, it's. I'm sure things are fine when you're winning or when the operation's going smoothly. But what happens when, you know, things go sideways?
尻尾を巻いて逃げ出すのが関の山なんじゃないの？
関の山。Is that yeah, all he can manage, like it's interesting because like all he can do, yeah. I was just wondering if like all he can do, all he can manage, is that the same? But it's interesting, like now when there actually is a metaphor, they've left it out. So they did sunshine and rainbows in the previous one, but now this like shippo. I don't know why they didn't do like turn tail and run, right? Shippo o maite nigedasu no ga seki no yama nan janai no? Like turning tail and running is probably all he could do. Like this was the time to use the metaphor.
レイリー、いい加減にしないか。
I cut it out and give him a break, or like almost just stop. I would go with Bailey. That's enough. Yeah, it's weird. The line isn't that bad. That one, like, you know, running away is probably all I can manage, is not bad, but it's weird that they insert the sunshine and rainbow thing previously when it's not there, but then when there is literally, like, turn tail and run, when she literally says shippo maite, is like literally tail between your legs and run. Like, literally. And they don't use it. It's so weird.
君の家族を奪ったのは帝国だ。クロードじゃない。
Yeah, this... At least they got an important line correct here.
あれからクロードだって変わったんだ。ちゃんと今のクロードを。
Yeah.
カイ、いいんだ。
This shouldn't be leave it be. This should be Kai. That's enough, or it's okay.
でも
ここで何を言っても過去を取り戻せるわけじゃない。
I don't like words can't change the past. That is the sentiment, but it should be more like, it doesn't matter what I say. I can't change the past now.
僕は気づき直さなきゃいけないんだ。
気づき直さないといけない。I would go with like work on. I just have to work on rebuilding.
気づき直す何をだよ
Yeah. Rebuild. Rebuild what?
信頼を
Yeah. I don't... This is one where I think they've missed the point of this... Of the sentence. I would say her trust, not our trust. Yeah, rebuild is... Yeah, it's not the best. Another level of mastery. Yeah. Let me think. Rebuild. I would almost go with... I need to... Yeah, you wouldn't say I need to rebuild randomly. So let's think. Just have to... Yo, what up, Barry? We wobbling. Also, please do remember to like the video, subscribe to the video, forfeit all possessions to the video. That it really helps the algorithm. YouTube, that whole deal. Yeah, fresh start. Something like that. Yeah, you know. But then how do you tie those two lines together? Because he says, a fresh start to what? Our trust, her trust. Well, what I need to do now is... What I need to do now is, like, build back, work... Is regain it? No, that's a little awkward. It's one of those split phrases where in English we really wouldn't phrase it like this. I would almost go with, like, there's only one thing that really left for me to do now. And then Roz would say, and what would that be? Like, rebuild her trust. I would almost leave off, like, the split. Like, just backload it. So that it's like, Claude goes, there's really, like, it's fine. There's only one thing left that I can do. And then Roz would go, and what is that? And then Claude says, rebuild our trust. I think that would work best. This is a part where you really do need some localization because we don't split lines like this in English. It just doesn't flow. Yeah, worst line of the day. That one's going to be tough to beat.
レイリー、見ていてほしい。あの日から変わった僕を。
I don't like this at all. He said, Bailey, I want you to watch me, so you can see how much I changed since that day. Yeah, you need that day. That's kind of important. Like, that's actually really, really important because it speaks to something happened. We know it was something with her family, and now we know it's not a generalized thing. It's a specific incident on a specific day. But we don't see that here. Unless the next line actually adds it in. So maybe the next line will add it in. But it's, I want you to watch me. Not I'm going to show you, but I want you to watch me. To see how much I've changed since that day.
それから判断してくれ。君の信頼に足る人間かどうかをもう一度。
Wow. Yeah, they're leaving out a lot here. Yeah, this is one scene they messed up like 3 different references. Yeah, it's the same thing like Alicia talking to the orphan. And it's not a chance to prove myself. It's like, give me one more chance. And let me find the handang. So it should be... Yeah, itaru ningen o douka o mou ichido. Yeah, that's the part I was looking for. It's judgment call. So it's like, he's not just saying a chance to prove myself. It's more specific than that. It's like, give me a chance to prove, like, give me one more chance. So specifically referencing that he's failed to be a person that she could trust once before. So it's, give me one more chance to prove that I'm someone whose decisions you can trust. This is too long for what's actually here. Let's make one thing clear, unless it's for the mission, I do not take orders from you. She's saying in regards to what he just said, which was a more generalized, like me as a person, like someone whose judgment you can trust. She's saying, I don't intend to listen to anything, to any orders, anything you have to say outside of the mission.
Lady.
It's fine. Give me a break. It's fine for yada yada. I would almost go with like, what a pain. Okay. I do like that this game is has more interesting. Yeah, so they can do metaphors when it counts, like Fukurononezumi, like trapped like freaking rats. That's good. They can do it. Like they actually can. It's just sometimes they completely ignore it, which makes it worse. It feels intentional.
ウィクトル注意との通信も遮断されてます。
作戦は失敗だ。撤退の判断はクロード、お前がするしかない。
Oh, this is actually just bad. This line is wrong. She's not saying the mission's a failure. Only you can give the order to retreat. It's the mission. The mission's over. Like, we failed the mission. Claude, you have to give the order to retreat.
撤退か。ここまで来て。
Retreat after we've come this far. English character limits are a problem with localization? No, not anymore. They might have been back in the day, but honestly, like, to talk about character limits to some extent, I have seen examples of lines in old Final Fantasy games that were quite short for English translation. Like, they could have been, but were expanded well beyond into multiple lines in English when they could have been short in Japanese, and they were short in Japanese. So there's been times, like, I don't buy that excuse for a lot of things. Like, oh, we had character limits, but then somehow stuff like, you know, Jackie Chan references get into old games. Like, I don't buy it. Son of a Submariner, I don't buy it. Like, there's nothing about that is like a character limit choice. Just because you have a limitation in characters doesn't mean you just get to, like, put in random crap. Some expert troop that guy was. He just kind of ate shit instantly. Is it really platoon? Butai. Sensha Butai. Does that I'm getting curious now because they seem to be mixing these a lot. Is that that should be more like squad, tank unit, not necessarily platoon. Yeah, Shotai is platoon. He just said butai, which is more like squad. Oh wow, I spit on my face. Yeah, it's more generic. It's definitely not platoon though. Like, platoon is way more. I think it should be unit. Yeah. July 15th. Yeah. That's fine.
星の子祭りの夜、ハーフェンの街中の子供たちが大騒ぎした。
It's not we. This is like all the kids. Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you for the Control F duck. As always. I don't like weed, but what is this? 町中たちのハーフェンの町中の子供たちが大騒ぎした。星の子祭り。 Hoshino Komatsuri. Is it Hoshino Komatsuri or Hoshino Komatsuri? I don't know. Star Child Festival. This is one that's very hard to translate into something that sounds not silly. What would you call this? Hoshino Komatsuri. I don't think it's Star Child. It could be, the Komatsuri of Hoshi. That's what I'm thinking, too. So it's like, well, it's obviously just something that existed in the town. Yeah, it's not a Matsuri of Hoshinokos. I know what you mean. It is a Matsuri for children that is like this, based around stars. So it's like the children's festival. I would almost go with like Summer Children's Festival, but that's a little too plain. This is a tough one. It sounds fine in Japanese. It kind of just reads as a generic kind of festival. But in English, we don't really have that kind of thing. It's like a midsummer type deal, right? It's one of those things that Japan kind of has like an idea of this cultural festivals. But regardless, it's not we'd get for the Star Child Festival. It's all the kids in Hafen. He hasn't brought up them yet.
鐘を鳴らした子は星の子メダルをもらって、それから1年胸につけることを許される。
This is very awkward. Yeah, it's like a children's day. It's about star. It's it's a little weird. So. I think it was Star Child, but Hoshinoko, Stargazing, Star Child, Star. It's Hoshinoko Medaru. It's just a little awkward in it's just a little awkward in Japanese too. It's like you were allowed to wear the Star Child medal for a year.
君は毎年メダルを誇らしげに胸に光らせて。僕にはそれが眩しかった。
Not looked up to you is an interesting one here. Yeah, I would go with Star Festival. The Hoshino Ko, the coal part isn't really integral to the concept being relayed here. I think Star Festival is fine. Like the coal part is, well, it is for kids. It's like specifically for children too. So it is kind of integral. This is one where you'd really have to like, this is actually a time when I would really talk it out. Yeah, like Little Stars might be good, like the Little Stars Festival, something like that would work. And this would be like spend some time. I would really actually like to talk to the writer about this. Like, what's the idea? How does it work? Is there an adult component? Like, is there also a version of the festival that exists for adults? You know, something like that. And then it's not I always looked up to you, but he's like, you were always dazzling. And this is important because he is making a really, like, you know, there's mabushi, which is like to dazzle, and it ties into stars, right? Hoshi, mabushi, it's a thing. So it shouldn't be looked up to as like you were always dazzling. There's an association with stars here that should be maintained. It's important.
大好きだったもの。あのお祭りが絶対に負けたくなかった。
No, it's not. I loved that festival. I never wanted to lose. It's not almost as much as I loved winning. She doesn't say like she loved winning more than the festival. It's just she never wanted to lose. There's a difference there. But in the case where I never wanted to lose exists along with I loved that festival, neither of them are in competition with each other. In this, it's placing like she wanted to win even more than she liked the festival, which is not the connotation we're getting here.
だからきっと気づいてくれると思った。
Yeah. This is an interesting thing. In Japanese, the idea of kureru, which is like to give or to receive, depending on giving and receiving words in Japanese can get complicated. But when he says kizuite kureru tomo, is like almost like I knew you would do it with the implication of like for me, like because you knew. There's a little bit of depth here. Yeah, well, even in the JP, it's just like she loved the festival and she never wanted to lose, just as a statement.
バカね。忘れてるかもしれないのに。
I know I use the word dingus all the time, but this is so out of character. You just say idiot. Just say idiot. There's no point in saying dingus here. Yeah, dork would be good actually. Actually, I that's a really good one, Benjamin. Like you dork. Maybe not. Dork is actually a little more like awkward. I'm colored because I do like the motif of girl who calls you a dork. But the meaning here is definitely like you dummy, you idiot. Yeah, dummy works. She is being a little bit softer. Like look at the expression on her face. It's a little like you dummy. What if I didn't, what if I didn't remember?
忘れない。君はあの頃の思い出を絶対に忘れたりしないよ。
This is such a touching moment, and it's not you. It's you wouldn't. There's no way you would. Yeah, it's talking nostalgic. Like, there's no way you would forget what happened back then.
信じてるのね。私のこと。
Yeah.
私は自分の意地で逃げなかっただけ。
I don't know if I would say 自分の意地。自分の意地。I don't know. I don't know if I would call that stubborn pride. There's not really a pride aspect to this, is there? I mean, I guess kind of easy has a little bit of pride. It's fine. It's possible. I can see it. Yo, what up? But it's better without pride, but it's not like necessarily wrong. What up, Angry Canadian? The only reason I didn't retreat was I would almost go with like pure stubbornness.
弱虫クロードがあの局面を打開するなんて全く信じていなかった。
Huh? This is... Wait. Hold on. This is not right. This is weird, actually. They've kind of changed this. Yeah, they left out the Yowamushi, and it's... There's no, like, leaving you for dead here, really. She just said, Yowamushi Kurodo. I didn't think, scaredy clod like you could... I never thought you would be able to make it out of there. Yourself, basically. I didn't believe you could do it.
だけど、あなたはやってのけた。
No, it's not, and yet here we are. It's but you did. Not this is the impetus here is all wrong. It's that you did, but you did do it. But you made it out. The emphasis here is on you. It's so much more important. Like, だけどあなたはやってのけた. Like, but you made it out. You pulled it off. But you did it.
移動願いは取り下げたわ。もう少しだけ猶予をあげる。
It's not I'll give you another shot. And it's not by the way. Like, listen to how she's kind of softened the way she's speaking. The music, everything, the way this pulls in. I've canceled. I canceled my transfer request. This is more like, I don't know. I'll try to believe you more almost. it's like I'll give you more time. You know, it's like, let's try this for a little longer, or I'll give you more time. It's not like another shot, but it's like, I'll give you more time.
本当に弱虫じゃなくなったか確かめる責任が私にはあるから。
No, it's not at least long enough to confirm you're not a scaredy Claude. She's accepting responsibility for, like, the previous line when Roz was talking about, like, you don't know anything about how he is now. He's changed, right? So now she says she's accepting that responsibility, that sekinin is responsibility. So, like, 本当に弱虫じゃなくなったか確かめる責任が私にはあるから。Like, I still have, you know, it's my responsibility to, like, make sure you're not a scaredy Claude anymore. Yeah, something like that. It's up to me to make sure. I would say it's like it's up to me to make sure you're not a scaredy Claude anymore. It's a little playful, it's a little soft.
そしてあなたには証明する責任が。
Yeah, and you have to prove it to me.
改めてよろしく、レイリー。
I don't like I look forward to working with you here. Like, I get where it's coming from, like, aratamete yoroshiku, which is like, you know, from the start, I look forward to it. But the aratamete here is actually kind of deep, which is like, it's referring not just to them being a squad together, but their relationship in general. So it's more like, it's almost like a thank you in terms of the nuance. So I would almost go with, like, yeah, you know, thank you. I'll do my best, or I'll try to do that. Like, aretamete yoroshiku, like, you know, thank you, I'll try my best. This is one of those ones where nuance in Japanese for aretamete and yoroshiku is really important. The animations are really good. Because remember, she slapped his hand the first time. Now they pulled back probably so they can just, like, bombard the place. Destroying the supply lines on the way out. Alright, we'll do one more. It's only been like 2.5 hours. I don't know, like, rain is burning, it's like the town is burning. Not lockdown, I thought we had it under control. Yeah, the Empire did this, or the Imperial Army did this. No, it's not so we couldn't take it, so we couldn't use it. Yeah. Agents, I don't know about that. Yeah. Yeah, the communications team was still in there. Did they make it out? Shoizai? Whoa. Is that? Hold on. I don't think we can... Is that napalm, really? Isn't that like... Yeah, that's like fire... It's not napalm. Zai is like a implement. It's like burning. I would not call this napalm. Napalm wasn't invented until much later, right? It's more like they yeah, incendiary materials. It's like they it's like they doused the whole place. Yeah, first prototype was at the end of World War II. It's too early in terms of the timing. Yeah, I hope everybody likes the overlay. I kind of threw it together, but I think it looks pretty good. Incendiary agents. So it's more like they packed the place full of like a matchbox, something like that almost. No, this isn't. No, it's. How could they? They couldn't.
Lady, しっかりしろ.
Yeah. Pull it together.
また火がいやお父さん
Okay. I was about to say. I was about to say. You're. I'm glad that she said Otosan because there's one line in this that gives something away, and that was. I was about to be like, did they really include that when she hadn't said it yet? But no, she did say it. Okay. The flame, yeah, the fire, dad. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I jumped the gun a little.
しっかりしろ. あれは僕らの故郷じゃない. 君のお父さんはあそこにはいない.
This isn't our hometown. Your dad's not in there.
Lady.
It's okay. We're okay. We're good. There's one or two lines in here that like give something away. Yeah. This game gets pretty dark. It's really good. I like the story in it a lot. So we'll go through this. I think this is like the interlude. We'll go through this and then call it. So we can get to the next big section.
そんなの何の役に立つんだよ.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep doing this to Raz. That's really not good. We're on the front lines of a goddamn war and you're writing gossip in it. He's not really saying that at all. He just said, like, you know, yeah, he's not being rude at all here. He's saying, what, you're keeping a journal on the battlefield? Like, what's the point? I don't get it. Yeah, he speaks briskly, so you... Briskly? Well, because Raz is a bit of a meathead. Like, he is kind of a meathead. He is like, I don't know, I don't get it. Like, what's the point of keeping a journal on in a battle, you know, in a war? It's like, what's the point? He's really just saying, what's the point?
作戦とか、まあこれはあの人の受け売りだけど。
From him. Yeah, so this is a place where Japanese gets a little fancy with us because Anoshito has no gender, but probably would be a him. So, you know, it's an indefinite thing, like Anoshito, that person.
どうだい? ラズもやってみたら。
What? Yeah, I thought that he was going to say more because there's more lines. It's like, how about it? Do you want to try? You want to keep a journal too, Raz? Now we could buy a diary for you. It's a journal, not a diary. Yeah, like hell. Yeah, something I picked up from... Well, but someone is a little... The Anoshito there does imply some level of familiarity between both of them. Like, he is making a reference that they would both know who he's talking about.
確かに君には必要ないか。
Yeah.
なんか今の言い方に含みを感じるぞ。俺だって字くらい読めるし書けるからな。
I don't like the goddamn illiterate here, but he is saying like I don't like that turn of phrase there where you know I can read and write, right?
分かってるよ。整理が必要なほど難しく考えないってことさ。
That's no. I don't like this. No, I'm not sure your thoughts are deep. He's not saying that. That's like a really insulting thing to say. He's not saying that your thoughts aren't deep enough. 整理が必要なほど難しく考えない。It's like you don't. It's not deep. It's not the way he's saying it. It's like, no, it's just, you know, you don't think about things so hard you need to keep track of them, basically. Wouldn't it be funny if he showed up and started screaming? Where is he? Oh, he's sleeping. He's just sleeping over here. He's being comfy.
お世辞にも仲良しの友達って感じじゃなかったわ。ましてやラズがクロードの命令に従うなんて。
Yeah, but the bully and the bullied sounds kind of weird too. Like, and then this line, I never would have figured they end up all buddy is like, oseji ni mo, is like, I didn't think they would even act polite to each other, much less, you know, Roz would be taking orders from Claude.
ああ、なるほど。
No, this not that actually explains a lot. This is more just like, oh, I see.
確かにそういう話は聞いたことがあります。だけど雨降って地固まるっていうか。
See, this is actually not bad. Ame futte ji katamaru is you know, toughest bonds are one's fortune fire. Actually, this would be good, but if he said this, knowing what we know about Lady and fire, there would be some kind of reaction here. And I wonder if she will do a reaction. If she does a reaction, maybe it's okay if they're trying to go for that because of the whole fire motif. But, you know, it is like, you know, difficulty forges bonds. Amefte. Oh, let me see if I can. Doc probably has it faster than me, but yeah. Ji katamaru. How's the naval ass today, boss? It's good. Always good naval ass. Yeah, it's forged through hardship. The exact phrase is like adversity. It's literally like rain falls and the ground hardens. But it's not based on fire, right? So that's the key thing here that I'm concerned about. Is, you know, Riley has a extremely strong reaction to fire for obvious reasons, right?
訓練時代ちょっとした事件があったんですよ。
Yeah. You know, one, you know, adversity strengthens foundations. Yeah. It's fine. I don't think that they should have used something with fire though, because Lady would have definitely had a reaction to that. Yeah, it's probably thanks to what happened during training. Yeah, so this is now makes me really dislike that translation, because now she's mentioned bonds forged in fire and jiken, which is like an incident, and so you're talking about fire and an incident. And if you don't keep that in mind, like, that is something that definitely would have sprung to mind, especially considering the timing of this. I believe this is before the actual battle that we were just in takes place, when Lady and Claude kind of come back together, right? So with that in mind, you want to avoid forged in fire. That's kind of important.
これでようやくあの鬼教官ともおさらばだ。あの野郎戦場で見かけたら後ろから撃ってやる。
See, they can translate correctly. Like, this line's totally fine. If I see that guy in the field, I'm cutting his ass. Yeah, I'm shooting him from behind. I'll shoot him. Like, this is fine.
その怒りは元服のボタンを掛け違えてただけで鉄拳制裁とマラソン40キロだぜ。
Deck me? Did he really say? I don't think he said deck me. Is it Tekken? I mean, I guess, yeah. Physical punishment? Striking? Yeah, I don't know about deck, though. But I get that that's, like, punching, but it's not, like, decking, is it? It's not necessarily, like knocking you out. It's more like beating you. It's like a beating. You know, it's like I didn't think I'd catch a beating and have to run a marathon. Yeah, but I feel like catch a beating would be better. Like I don't think I would have caught a beating for having and have to run a marathon for just having a button undone. Deck is like knocked out, right? It's a little different.
だけど俺の金製品が見つかった時は
Yeah.
ああ、とっておきのピンナップね。
Yeah.
没収されたと思ったらお風呂になって戻ってきたんでしたっけ？
Huh? Wait. This is not exactly the same implication here. It is, I don't know about used. He said like ofuro? Is it correct? I don't know. It doesn't sound exactly right to me. Oh, ofuro. I was thinking different furo. Like ofuro, like bath. Like he took it to the bath. I thought they were being a little more coy about it. But then if it is ofuro, like that one. Hey, you're faster at checking than me. Yeah, but it is ofuro. Wow, okay, yeah. Used. Yeah, that works. Yeah, it is explicit. I was thinking it would be ofuro, which is like a bath. So, yeah, that's fine.
なぜもう訓練生じゃないんだ。上官命令は絶対だぞ。
Orders from superior officers are absolute. Not our superior gives orders and we follow them.
だけどこの俺様に命令すんだぞ。
But this is weird because he actually says muteki no razu. Or muteki no razu at some point, but now he's just saying ore-sama. I don't think you need to do Raz the Invincible here. It should just be like, yeah, but I don't play by the rules.
さっきの対戦のくたばり損ないや家柄だけの青二歳なんてごめんだね。
We're getting a little complicated here. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's smug prick. I don't know. It's like some green, greenhorn who got in on their family name. I don't know about smug. It's like aonioi. Unless I'm reading that wrong. Yeah, it's greenhorn. I knew I wasn't reading that wrong. See, when lines are wrong, that makes me double check myself. Aonisai. Aonisai, yeah. Greenhorn.
先輩。
やあ、マイルズ。戦車教練でコンビを組んで以来だね。
Yeah, so they were together. So that's why he's calling him senpai.
覚えていてくださって光栄です。
No, not surprised. I'm so glad you remember me.
僕なんて士官学校でもないただの操縦士なのに。
He doesn't say fresh out of basic. It was just a driver.
その後士官学校を首席で卒業されたってすごいです。
Yeah, I heard you graduated military academy.
戦車教練で A+ を取れたおかげさ。君には随分助けられた。
No, he doesn't say only thanks to you. This is, Kimi ni wa zuibun tasukerareta. He's saying, A+. I got an A+ in what is it? What would you call this? Tank combat? Tank training? Something like that? Like I got an A+ in the tank course. You really helped me out a lot. But it's not, he's not saying only thanks to you.
めっそうもありません。またお役に立てるよう頑張ります。
Tank school. Yeah, it's a little weird. It's like some girls in Panzer shit. Giving me too much credit. Break our streak is very weird. I don't think that's... really correct. It's like, I'll try to do my best to help you out. Yeah, break streak is stupid. It doesn't really work. Tankery, yeah. Tank fu. Yeah, they should have carbon coded him. Tank course, yeah.
クロードは士官学校首席卒業だぞ。もう以前のクロードじゃないんだ。
He's not the same Claude as before.
あの根性なしの何が変わったって言うんだよ。首席卒業だと？笑わせてくれるぜ。
I don't know, he said konjo nashi, like, that, like, fucking, like, ballless coward, like, he's got no fucking balls. This is really what he's saying. It's like, I don't know why they leave that, like, so tell me what's changed. Like, don't give me that shit. He's like, konjo nashi, he's got no nerves, no balls. I feel like they missed a chance to, it's so weird, like, sometimes they pull back from the, you know, sometimes they pull back from it, sometimes they don't. It's odd. Konjo nashi, like, he's like a gutless coward. He got no balls. Yeah, they're leaving out the fact that he's a coward, is what he's saying.
おいクロード。てめえ。
He doesn't say look me in the eyes. He's like, hey, Claude, you bastard. Like, this is way too long.
俺はお前なんかの命令に従うためにきつい訓練に耐えてきたわけじゃねえ。
Where is this yanking my chain? Yo, what up? I don't like this yanking my chain thing. It's like, I didn't, you know, go through all this training just to take orders from you.
俺たちは命を張って帝国とやり合おうってんだ。弱虫クロードなんぞの命令で死ねるかよ。
Yeah, I don't like imps. I really don't like imps. I fight the imps and put my life on the line to do it, but I'm not letting Scaredy Claude get me killed. This should be more like... It's like, and it's also oretachi. Yeah, I am liking Scaredy Claude less and less. It should be something else. It's yeah, he wouldn't call him like Scaredy Claude. I don't know, there's got to be a better phrase for it, for sure. I feel like Claude the Coward is too long. Cowardly Cloud. Something like that. There's got to be something a little more catchy, like, you know, a little more snappy. But it's not Scaredy Claude, is no balls Claude, something like that. But then Lady would never say no balls Claude. Never. Yellow belly Claude, I don't know, it's like you might get away with just like removing Claude from it entirely. Like just some coward, something like that. Anyway, this line is more like oretachi. Like, it's not just me, but we. He's saying we. Like, we're putting our lives on, like, he's saying you don't understand, we're putting our lives on the line to fight the Empire. I'm not gonna die because of some, you know, bullshit order from a coward. I mean, Yellow Belly, right?
ここまで言われて何も言い返せねえとはな。
Yeah, I said all that and you don't even have anything to say back. Is there a trans mod that fixes it? Nope. Nope. There's no mod to fix it. Also, it seems like we get more people around this time, and I'm always ending around now. So maybe I should start later. Does that work better for you? It was definitely a nickname. Yeah, it's like Yoamushi Kurado is definitely his nickname. It needs to be the same every time. Chicken, quitter, wimp, coward. But it's a little more biting than that, but it can also be like not as biting. Yoamushi Kurado, Yoamushi Kurado. I hesitate to do something like, you know, his name, like Wallace. Runaway Wallace, something like that. Like there's options there. It has to be the same. Cloward? Would that work? I don't know. That feels a little silly to me. Let's see. Yowamushi Kurado. Chicken. The issue is that it has to be something. Yeah, Coward Wallace. That would almost work. The issue is that it has to be something that both Raz and Rayleigh could say and not sound ridiculous. Right?
何なんですかあの言いよう
Coward Wallace could be okay, actually.
先輩ちゃんと言い返してくださいよ
No, it's you have to say something back to him.
戦車教練の模擬戦は負け知らず砲術だって一番だった
Makishirasu. So it's not peerless, but it's like you never lost.
先輩は僕のいや僕だけじゃない一緒に教練を受けたみんなの憧れです
Yeah.
断じて弱虫なんかじゃ
Yeah, so see, they are doing Yowamushi as coward. And Yowamushi does work for coward, but then they call him Yowamushi Kurodo, which has a little bit of a, you know, an up-down lilt to it. It's like a... It rolls off the tongue nicely in Japanese. It doesn't in English. Coward Claude. Cowardly Claude. It just seems weird. We don't really like jab at people with a nickname like that. Like, you have to kind of think about how English nicknames work, right? Gutless. Yeah, but is that a nickname though? It doesn't have a little like Gutless Claude. I don't know. It doesn't. Gutless hits like it's a real strong hit. It doesn't. It's not like it doesn't have the potential of like a playground sing-songy, you know, nickname.
ラズの気持ちも分かってやってくれ。言動よりずっと繊細な男なんだ。
Yeah, Gutless Wallace does actually. Actually, I think Gutless Wallace works very well. When you say it out loud and you listen to that, Gutless Wallace, I think that actually works. Out of everything we've heard so far, that one kind of sounds not bad. And he's not sure how to deal with this. Is not really. Yeah, they don't refer to each other with their last names at all, but that nickname is such a specific thing, right? You would have to look at the whole game to see how it's used, though, before I'd make a decision and say, like, let's go with that. I'm just saying out of the things we've heard so far, it sounds better. Better than Scaredy Claude at the very least.
抜かれた兵士だけが得られる英雄的称号それがレンジャーだ
Yeah, the best of the best isn't really here,
レ
but
ンジャー
it's
訓
fine.
練の過程を終了すれば懸賞がもらえて特別な任務にもつける
A Powlets. Is that a thing? Unless I'm hearing it wrong. That seems, yeah, is it? I guess that's the term for it. Katate. Or katasho? Kensho. Yeah, kensho. Oh, okay, yeah. Huh, so it is a Powlet. That is what you call those. Interesting. I learned a thing. Oh yeah, I mean, sometimes they just... There have been so many lines here where it's like, there have been genuinely well-translated, well-localized lines in this translation, and sometimes they just decide not to do it for some reason.
僕が戦う理由は祖国ガリアを帝国の侵略から守るためだ。
Yeah, to protect my home country, Gallia, from the
みんな
Empire.
それぞれ守りたいもの、成し遂げたいことを抱えてここに立っているはずだ。
Yeah.
何万何百万の連邦軍の中にあって、今の僕たちは命令通りに動く駒にしか過ぎない。
Yeah.
だけど僕は駒で終わりたくない。帝国をこの手で自分の意志で打ち倒したい。
Is that really the best reading for pawn? Koma. What's the kanji? Is there a kanji for that? I feel like it is pawn, but I wonder if there's maybe a better way to phrase it. Oh, it's that koma? Okay. It's like, yeah, I actually feel like peace is better. Honestly. Like, pawn implies a little more, how do you say it? It's a little more diminutive than piece. Like, we're just pieces on a board moving as ordered. Because he's also like talking about their individuality, so in that sense you get a little bit better nuance from like pieces on a board. Like some people are rooks, some people are knights, that kind of thing. Whereas pawn implies like the lowest quality.
初陣の相手にしては手強いが、不可能を可能にしてやろうじゃないか、クロード。
Again, I don't. They're doing this trial by fire thing. It's like Teguai is like. It looks like our first mission will be a rough one, but you ready to make the impossible possible, right, Claude?
ああ、負ける気はない。
This should be like I have no intention of losing. Yeah, at least Riley's in here. Okay. We're gonna save here. Alright, let's sum it up. I think that definitely was the worst line of the day, though. For, check out the ass on that one. I'd swab her deck. Definitely leaving it at that. Thank you guys for joining in. I think the new layout actually works pretty well, so we'll keep using this. Next time we'll see if we can do some like polls to see if we swap out lines, because they get worse from here. Thank you for tuning in, boys, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. No IRL stream this week because I'm going to be traveling from Monday until Thursday, but then next week we should be back on track, and then we'll be very close to monetization, so we'll have icons, emotes, subscriptions, all that good stuff. So check the VODs, and yeah, peace out. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.